Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm Courtney Lee Smith, owner of the Relationship Service Station, here to provide you tools so you can thrive in all of your relationships. Today is Saturday, and we are on Shift Saturday. We are shifting through grief and beyond loss. Key is we got to keep pressing on, and we have to get beyond a victim mentality and understand the lessons of the loss. Today, I'm going to start off by giving you a little story that will lead us into what our topic of discussion is and what we will be shifting through to be able to see our way through this grief, see our way through this loss. The key is our perspective and our sight on this journey. So let's start off. And I can remember I was a new driver. And I'm going to tell you all, if you haven't seen one of these shifts before, we always talk about ourselves as the vehicle that God has made, the most wonderful vehicle to transport God's word and to help his people get to different places. So we are the vehicle. We are the analogy. I'm using us as the vehicle at the Relationship Service Station. So we are working on us, the individual vehicle, and what we do along our journey. So the analogy that I'm using here, this is a real life situation. When I was a new driver, but I got my license kind of late. I got them later in my 20s, early 20s, probably like 22, 23. So I wasn't one of those people who got my license at 16, 17. One night I was actually getting gas. It was like maybe 2 or 3 blocks from the house. I was getting gas this night. And it was dark outside already, so it was dark. I was in this very well-lit gas station, and if you all know, the newer, bigger gas stations are well-lit. It makes you feel like you're in daylight. It makes it feel like it's daytime. So the lights at the pump was bright. From when I went inside, the lights were bright. The lights coming out of the gas station were bright. But then I hit the street. And I drove these 2 or 3 blocks and never turned on my headlights. The next thing I knew, there were blue lights behind me. And why was that? Because I had forgot to turn on my headlights. And the officer pulled me over and he was like, I guess I was a little just too happy at this time of the night, just a little too excited still at this time of the night. And he asked, "Are you on drugs?" And I was like, and I was really just taken aback. And he said, "Are you on drugs?" He said, "You have not turned your headlights on. You could cause an accident out here." And the key was my mind, my sight. I could still see because the brightness of the place that I had just left was still in my vision. The brightness of the place I had left was still in my vision. But nobody else saw it. So I was out there to the point that I was going to cause an accident. I didn't get a ticket. To God be the glory. I did not get a ticket. I got a warning. And he said, "Never forget to turn on your headlights in the dark." And that was key. In the dark places in our life, how many times do we have our lights off and we can't see our way through? And the word says, "Let our light shine." So our light should never be off. Our light should always be on. So today is about keep your headlights on. Keep your headlights on. No matter what you're going through, no matter the dark situation, you need to see your way through. No matter the brightness of that relationship you just came from, no matter the brightness of that job or that situation that you had to move on from, keep your headlights on. And what's magnificent now, all of these different models of vehicles, for me, I keep my lights on automated. No matter, so whatever situation I come through, the headlights always come on for me. I never, ever am in a dark situation without the light. So let's talk about this light and 3 things that we need to make sure on our vehicle that are always lit up. How to keep always lit up. And I'm going to tell you what sometimes the errors that we make on the road. I'm going to start off on those first, why we don't turn on our headlights. And I'm going to relate back to that story because we've just come from a bright situation. Our perspective is caught there in the past. And that's where I got caught in that gas station. I got my perspective caught in the past. And that was very dangerous because I wasn't able to see where I was going because I was just so caught in the glory and the light of the wonderfulness of the past. But where am I going right now? Where is my future taking me? Where am I going? I could have caused other people hurt, harm, and danger. And that's the thing in these situations. What we will do if we just move from the brightness through the darkness, we will not even realize the people that we hurt along this journey because we are so caught up on just motion. The motion has to be to God's destination. And God said, let our light shine. So he's not going to send us through any situation in the blind, in the dark. So the key is sit a moment and make sure that your vehicle is running in the best condition, and you remember to turn on the lights, that you don't get caught in the bright situation. That's number one, not getting caught in the bright situation. Now that we got our lights on, you might be like me, you keep them on automated because you're not trying to get a ticket, you're not trying to get caught out in the rain or in the gloom or the dust or the fog, and the lights just don't come on for you. So you might be like me, you keep them on automated. So when you keep them on automated, that is great because you're expecting them to come on. But hey, this is the second place where on the journey that we messed up. We don't do any maintenance because we forget that the light bulbs may go out. Yes, the lights are on, but they are not shining in our life. How many of us, the time is, we're connected to God. We're connected to God, but we're not shining in the situation that we need to be. We're connected to God, but we're not shining in the situation that we need to be. So how is that possible, do you say? How is that possible that I'm connected to God, but not shining in the situation? Because in the word it says, the word is a lamp. A lamp. That word is a bulb. So that means we're connected, but we're not getting enough God's word. We're not sitting with him enough. We're not being still enough. So the bulb has went out. That fire, that light that we have. We need to go get some more light. We need to go get some more fire. We need to exchange our bulbs. We need to amplify our faith. We need to encourage our own belief. That is what we need to do when we're on this journey, to make sure that our bulbs don't go out, because there are situations where we feel like we still serving, we still moving, and we still doing things in the name of God, but we don't have enough word to shine. We're out there moving and our bulbs have burnt out. You have a burnout. Your bulbs have burnt out. Get the word. Take a moment. Meditate. Enjoy God. Not just be connected and saying he's our Father. Connect. Continue to build that relationship daily so that your bulb doesn't go out, so that you still shine bright. And if we think about it in a perspective of our bulbs, it's our eyes, that people see that light in us. They know that the word is encouraging us. They know, you can put a face on, you can put it all on, but your eyes will tell your story. So make sure the bulb is on, the light, that the brightness comes through. So people don't see that you have burnt out. People don't see that you have lost the lust for the service. People don't see that your passion is gone. And you say, well, how do I do this? Sometimes you need to go get some maintenance. You need to go get some help. You need to get your bulbs changed. It's no shame in having to pull back sometimes and go get the maintenance done on your vehicle to be able to still go on the road without going out in the dark. We're supposed to be the light. That's the only thing that moves darkness is light. Darkness showing up for darkness does not move anything, does not change anything. And as change agents of God, we have to actually protect and maintain ourselves in the word. And that is, I know it's one of those things when we're on this grief journey, sometimes we get angry at God. Sometimes we can't pray for God. Sometimes we can't say not a mumbling word. But the thing is, pick up your book, put the word in you, pick up the phone, call someone to encourage and sit and release the things that are keeping your bulb from being turned on, that's blocking the sockets of life, that are keeping that bulb from working, making sure the bulb from the past hasn't got caught and broken in there. go to someone and get you some help, get you a coach, get you somebody to guide you through your grief, because we all need help. And that's the key. When your bulb goes out, get connected to the word. So the first thing is not getting caught up in the brightness and the lightness of the first situation, taking time to turn your lights on the automatic. That's the first thing. Number two, even though your lights might be on automatic, get maintenance to make sure the bulb is still shining. Okay, now here's the mirage factor when you're riding through the dark. Sometimes the lights from the back help guide you, and sometimes the lights from the front guide you, and you don't realize you're in the middle and your lights aren't working. You begin to follow the person in the beginning and they become your God. So when you go get help, do not allow your help to become your God. Allow your help to be guiding you, taking you closer to God, so you remember who God is, not because you need to follow them. So even if your lights have went out and you need help and you need guidance to get to that station, you need guidance to get back to God, because there's a moment that we do feel dark. Our feelings will get to us. Remember that. So it is okay, because that means all we need is somebody to help us get closer and get back to God. So it's okay to have a car that leads you. It's okay to have a car that follows you, to keep you in light. To keep you in light, because you don't want to get drowned in darkness. They will keep you in light. But the key is, do not allow the lead car or the follow car to become your God. Remember, they are leading you to God. Don't become dependent on the lead or the follow car, because what will happen is you won't have any sense of direction of where you are going, of where it is God that wants you to go. And you will miss your turn into your station to get your help, and you will go too far. You will go too far, and then you got to come back in the dark. So don't go onto somebody else's ride. And for me, the thing about the follow car, if you're not very careful, their lights are so bright in your rear view, you have no idea where you're really going. You're just looking down as intensely as you can on the road that you miss everything on the journey to where you're going. And the key is to have the memories, to build the memories, to build the lessons along the way, because all of these things make us who we are on this journey, and they are a part of this journey to where it is that God has for us to be. These lessons are crucial. These lessons are crucial to actually implement us. I know there are lessons that I would not be here talking to you about this journey, because if I had not lost someone, it would not have been crucial to me that other people needed someone to talk about these conversations. If I had not married someone who had actually lost someone, I would not understand the intricacy of two widows getting together and how to restructure a foundation, because it's not what it was in the past. It's totally new. And you have to have patience with each other to understand the memories of that journey and how those memories intertwine, that blending and that bonding. So on this journey, don't miss the lessons of the journey, because there will be different places that you stop that you will have to implement those lessons. So the key on this, I want you all to remember Matthew 5:16. Let your light shine. So whatever you need to do to get your light back on, if you need to get reconnected to God, because the bulb is in there and it's just come loose, and you just need to get tightened up with God. You need your relationship just to be a little better with God. Take the time to stop. Get your maintenance. Get tightened up with God. If your bulb has went out, get in your word, deeper in your word, so he will give you a new bulb. Put a new bulb in there so that you will not ride around in the darkness. We don't want you to be hurting any other people along the journey, running into them, running into trees, running into houses, running over people. And the thing is, if we're hurting and we are not trying to heal, we will hurt other people. We will hurt people by the way that we speak to them, by the actions that we commit. So make sure on this journey, we are being the best people that we can be on this journey. And that is, let our light shine. Let our light shine. And that is God's, and what he told us. Let our light shine for men that they may see. That they may see, because we are trying to help other people see. And what are we trying to have other people see? Our good works. Why? Because we want to give glory to our Father in heaven. And the key is, yes, there are moments we want to be caught up in a pity party. Yes, there's moments we want to be caught up as victims. Yes, we want to be caught up because we want a little attention for our circumstance and our situation. The key is we have to have empathy for other people. We have to show love for other people. But the key is we don't need to get so caught up that our good works cannot be seen. And a part of your good works is your healing. Your healing. So other people can see you heal on the journey. Not perfection, but how do you allow God's word to heal you so that they can do the same thing, so they can walk along and ride along and follow the light to God, so that they can see the word, the bulb in your life, and how it keeps you from having the accidents, the collisions, the deaths that occur when we do not have our light on. So today, let's make sure we keep our lights on. Keep your headlights on. Never ride in the dark again. If you are in this dark moment in your life where you don't feel like you can get to the place to tighten up that bulb, get a new bulb. Get yourself, hey, I'm going to tell you, get yourself on over here to the Relationship Service Station Garage. Whether you have to come virtually, connected to here's other healthy grief conversations that will build you and encourage you. And if you need to speak to me, you can email me at Courtney, CORTNE, at relationshipservicestation.com. And I will have you wave you on into the station, and we will work on you shining again. We will work on you shining, because the key is not to get stuck in a place of darkness. We have to learn how to shift on this journey. We have to learn how to keep riding beyond the loss, because we will have a place in us that will become so complicated, so hurt, so broken, that we cannot be used by God. And we always want to be used by God. We always want to have a purpose by God, and we want to fulfill our purpose that he has given us. So let's get back to moving. Let's get back to writing. And I say, if you need my help, reach out. I will give you my number. You can text me at, so we can set up an appointment. It is 678-718-5019. And before I jump off, I always want to thank for coming in on this Saturday on I Am Her. It is definitely where we are healing. We are healing each other. So women, and I want to say this, I'm on the I Am Her platform, but if you know of a gentleman, if you know of a man who has lost a spouse or is in a place of darkness right now, tag them, share it, so that they know these conversations are actually meant for them, because we don't want to believe that we just want to have healthy women. We need to heal all of our souls on this journey. So I will see you here on another First Sunday, but I would love to see where you are enjoying the remainder of those healthy grief conversations. If you all have any questions, concerns about the light, or any of the other topics that we've had for the previous First Saturdays, please either give me a conversation right here or send me an email. I would love to hear from you, and let's talk about it. So I thank you all for joining me on another First Saturday.